Hi guys, the JazzieNerd here, and welcome back to another episode of the Sunday Snippet, going up a little late tonight because I had a paper to write, and of course that comes first. Unfortunately, academics always comes first, even if I would much rather be doing this. Okay, first of all, just a quick update regarding my I'm getting all tongue-tied with the acronyms. FCT, freaking computer trouble. When I was home for the weekend, I just happened to stumble across this. There, I can't see it around my notes. There. This says, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets Game Manual. And I figured I would pop this into my PC, run it, and who knows, maybe the problem I'm having is common enough there'd be something in the manual about how to fix it. You never know. So, now that that's done, to get on with the actual snippet. So, I had a friend in high school who was kind of an odd bird. We were on the track team together, and one day when I got a little upset at a meet over a performance that did not really live up to my expectations, she tried to help me. She was a good friend. And I quickly decided that what I needed was some food and some prayer. My usual way of sort of double teaming my problems. Her response was, "Food is good," because, she was that kind of person. Seeing an opportunity to talk about my faith, I asked what she thought about prayer, and she said, "I tried it once. Didn't work, so I gave up." She wasn't a regular churchgoer, so she got into this mindset that if you don't get what you ask for, it means God hasn't heard you, and there was no one to correct her. God always hears you, and not getting an affirmative answer doesn't mean you didn't get an answer at all. Obviously. Mom once told me that God only answers prayer in 3 ways. Yes, not yet, and, quote, I have something better planned. An outright no is not on the list. I told my friend that and practically begged her to try again, and when I asked a week later if she had, she said, couldn't be bothered. So now to move on to my main point. God is not your personal shopper! You can't structure your prayers like, "Good morning, God, I'd like this, and this. Can you handle that, big guy? Okay, see you tomorrow." So how should we pray? Well, when Jesus was asked that same question, he answered with the Lord's Prayer. And for a long time, that was the only prayer I ever prayed. See, when my parents split, Mom briefly dated a very devout Christian who helped her learn to pray. I say that, but what I actually mean is that he taught her how to make her prayers and all flowery and formal. I couldn't do that, and honestly, I don't think I really knew how to ask God for things. I didn't know how to be formal, and I figured I couldn't possibly talk to the ruler of the whole flipping universe like a best friend, right? Wrong. When my dad heard me saying the Lord's Prayer over and over and over and over again, he sat me down one night and gave me a lecture about how scripted prayer, meaning, something that's been written for you, essentially, lacks sincerity. Which I honestly kind of believe to this day. As I got older, I realized that Dad prays in the exact way that I thought you couldn't. Like he was speaking to a friend. Romans 5:10 specifically mentions our friendship with God. Not to mention that song, I am a friend of God. If you've been to a contemporary church even once in your life, you probably know that song. It's really popular. And I honestly said as much so by Christian music as I do by the Bible when it comes to how we should live our lives as Christians. So, yeah. And of course, there are countless verses that call us children of God, not to mention several songs. While the parent-child relationship was certainly a lot more formal in the past, I will freely admit that. These days, the ideal is, as hopefully everyone came from a good family, the ideal is considered, informal but respectful. I have a load of fun with my mom, and even more with my dad. Honestly, if I actually saw him more often, he moved to the Charlotte area earlier this year, which, in case you're not familiar with North Carolina, is about 2 hours from Winston. So I can almost never see him. It's 2 hours from Winston, even farther from Elon. So I pretty much never see him. Anyway, to be honest, I don't think God really cares about how you talk to him, whether you use the formal, servant to master style that I don't like, the child to parent style, or the best friend style. He really just cares that you're coming to him at all. Just so long as you don't treat him like he works for you. Well, anyway, that's today's little Sunday snippet. Again, trying to keep them short. I don't really know how well I've been doing. My notes for this one take up an entire page, pretty much. So, well, yeah, anyway. If you enjoyed this video, hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos. I know I sure am. Head over to my YouTube channel, the JazzieNerd, check out some of my other stuff, and if you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe button because it's a big help. Most of my videos are not these super religious vlogs. I do secular vlogs where I kind of goof off. I do a lot of Pokemon stuff. I've done a couple of videos with a couple of my friends where we open up TCG packs and we've had some crazy good pulls. Anyway, so yeah, check out my channel, and I will see you guys back here next Sunday for another Sunday snippet, and several times between now and then, of course. Until then, stay jazzy.